here. Here we are.
Welcome. Yeah, this has been a really strange day. Now we're having computer issues, but I think we're on live and a total change of plans. This is what we're going to be doing today. And I'll talk about this later, but we're going to talk about, this is such a fun layout. And we're also going to talk about how you go about designing cards. And I just want to tell you, this is a really discombobulated day. I had this whole thing planned, had it all laid out, and I looked at it and I thought, there is no way I can do that in 45 minutes. What am I thinking? So I changed everything, put it on the back burner. So sorry if you came for that. But so this is Watching Karen. This was 50 minutes ago, 10 after the hour. So it's like, what can Karen come up now? So I also thought this would be a good time to just talk about how we go about planning cards and kind of what we do in this. So hi, Cindy, Cynthia and Shelley. I think we're both, it's a very discombobulated day. I love to use that word. Tim's just fine.
I'm very centered.
He's just fine. He's bringing me a drink and I go, Tim, you see how busy I am? I can't even deal with a drink. So this is Watching Karen get
beside herself.
And what can we do in a moment? But you know what? It's all good. It is all card making and we can always make a difference. And I'm so glad you guys are on here with us. And that this is called Roll with the Punches.
You know why I'm so relaxed?
Why?
Look at the symbol there. Right on my shirt.
Oh, look at this. Memories of Hawaii. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, fun.
My big purchase.
I like you guys agreeing that it's all good. So, and I'm going to do I had a little something that I was going to work on for another time, another week, because I'm trying to get things worked ahead. And I would have shown a bunch of cards, but I didn't have that. And since I made this quick switch, I thought, what would be interesting is just to have a chat about how I go about designing a card, how we talk about that. I thought that could be really useful. So, but of course, first we've got mail.
I think we were going to share a card that I designed.
No, we did that, Tim.
Oh, we didn't.
Okay. Is it short memory time?
No, I just like.
Or do you want to show it
center
again?
Stage, yeah.
Oh, you just want to he could show it again. Okay.
I don't even remember what it was.
He could show the same card every week and delight in the fact that he made it. It's all good.
And not remember that I did it.
And we'll just all so thanks you guys. So I'm working at relaxing. See, now we're gonna go with the flow. We have a card from Lisa Holland, and I think we still have a few Christmas cards in here. And this is a New Year's card. So how fun. So a long slimline card, the long size, sending you the best for the new year. Look at that. Cute owl. How fun is that? Oh, Tim, look at this. For Tim. Oh, it is so wonderful, and a sweet message about whether we talk to her, and a nice thank you for just being your life. So do you see how this is a money holder or an anything holder? You see that's just folded up and this put up. Lisa, that is really cute.
Too long.
Well, no, but see, it'll go
there.
I think we could fit it just like that. Yeah. That is adorable.
That is.
And you see, she's got a note in here. Think of all the things. Photographs. Wouldn't this be a nice size if you have some photographs? Lisa, love it. And Tim will
I love it.
Thoroughly enjoy his.
Those cats are cute.
Okay. Oh, and how cute is this? Linda Ico from New Mexico, from Rancho. We're going to be in New Mexico. I forgot to say that. We're going to be in Albuquerque. We're also going to be a week in Sedona and a week in Santa Fe. So people from those areas, we would love to connect. This is adorable. Not a Stampin' Up! Thing, but that is as cute as can be. I love that. How cute is that? Oh, and I love how she did the stamp and then did her writing around that. Oh, very, very cool card. She's thanking me for her birthday card. So how fun is that? Teresa Courtney from Iowa. And very fun. Do you recognize what kind of a punch this would be? These butterflies, Tim? What else does that look like? If you took just those pieces, if you took that and that.
An egg.
I'm going to give you some hints. Take that and now add that below it. Or this one.
I know it. Oh.
And add that.
An egg. That's an egg. If you add this below
Well, you could, but let's think beyond that. What else could it be in March? What could it be in March when the rain comes? You love these.
Umbrellas.
Okay. Tim doesn't go anywhere without his umbrella. So I just thought you would get that. Look at this is an umbrella.
Yeah.
How cute is that?
Yeah. Everyone
else is getting it. They're trying to tell Tim.
Candy cane. What are
It could
those?
be candy cane. So you could take a candy cane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's umbrella handle, but you
An
could,
umbrella,
yes, you could make
yeah.
it in that.
Oh, it's
You could take a
umbrella
candy
handles.
cane
Oh,
and build.
All of my
Tim is
candy-
still, he
all of-
thinks it's a Christmas punch and an egg
oh,
punch.
Teresa,
That would
all-
work. Teresa,
Teresa.
you stumped him.
All of my candy canes are black, so that's,
Okay.
that's why.
Brooke Fluette from Illinois. Oh, how lovely is this? Oh, this is so fun. And just a wonderful note in here. And I love, oh, this snowflake. I just love, and this thanks with a little stamp behind it. How pretty is that? The paper just does the work there. That is a lovely
She's
card.
thanking us for all the memories.
That is wonderful. And then we have Katrina Pillar and another thank you for just she loves being the back porch stampers and for all the ideas. How fun is this? So this is the dragonfly punch. So that wouldn't
Ooh,
stump you, would it?
no.
Because it's stamped together. Well, look, she's got the dragonflies and then the pretty flowers right
Yes.
there. Just a lovely layout.
It's very nice.
So that's perfect. And then we have Brenda Carlson, and she was thanking me for a birthday card too. Oh my goodness. I don't think in my life I've ever sent birthday cards and gotten thank yous back for them. How fun is that? I'm going to point out a couple of things. So she's doing this. Do you see how she has 4 different pieces of paper?
Mhm.
This is how you can do that stack, slice, and shuffle. And you can take your papers and get all kinds of designs. I also want to point out how this is a circle. And do you see the 2 black ones, Tim? It's like she either cut it apart and pulled them out, or you can layer your circles because you see how
Oh,
it
I
sticks
see.
out there, but it goes in there because they're the same
Oh,
size.
It's hidden. Yeah.
So it looks cattywampus, which
It's-
totally fits my day. But that's really a cool
like
way to do your layering. Very fun. Thanks, you guys, for sharing some of this. Anne says I'm her stress reliever now. Yeah, you can watch me. And you know what? I'm getting relieved of my stress too, but it was just kind of, it's just been one of those weeks. And Ginger Favre from New York. Oh, how cute is this? Okay, do you remember we did these barn door cards a few weeks back? This, and that's what it means. It opens like a barn door. Is that adorable with the 2
Goodness.
dogs and the one there?
Yes.
Looking, oh, that is adorable.
What movie
How
is that?
cute is that?
101
Oh.
Dalmatians.
Betty's saying no matter what we discuss today, we'll all learn something. Thanks for being you. You're so sweet to say that. I'm glad you guys can roll with the punches. I'll just tell you a little story after this. But Kathy Boggs from Washington. Ooh, a New Year's card. And how pretty is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
look at this. Sending
Karen.
thanks and good wishes with the new year.
gotta go back to that one. Okay, finish
Oh.
this one first.
Oh, okay. He's just confusing me. Love how we've got the dies out here, the Happy New Year, and the things that's just lovely. And another bookmark. Look at sending thanks and good wishes with the new year.
Yes.
And you can do
thank
both
you.
sides, and then a pretty one on the back. Tim, this reminds me of you did. He took
You can
that's what you
use-
can show sometime. How you put 2 papers
Oh,
together
yeah.
to make a thicker bookmark
Oh, I
out
do
of
it all the
my out of my leftovers when I was
Scraps.
doing out of my
some
scraps.
great
And he came in and
scraps.
said, "Isn't this just perfect?" So, but I love. So see,
I-
she's doing the
I
same
agree.
thing. That's fabulous. What did you want to
Check-
show?
Check it out.
I have to look at. What am I checking out?
Well, open it up.
Oh, you got to open it. Oh, it's a mystery. Oh my goodness, how cute is that?
See, there's
See, there's something else in there. What a cute little note thing. How fun
it's
is
a-
that?
like a business card.
Yeah, that is adorable.
Isn't that adorable?
It is very, very sweet. Then we have Joan Ballinger from locally here. And how fun is this? So she's got 2 cards. And okay, a couple things. Look, so this brings me back. Who remembers this top die when we would run through the Big Shot or whatever it was called back on the day? I don't even know what. Was it really a thick thing? I always love that. And look how she's done her pieces and then quilted it.
Hmm.
Not lovely. It's a beautiful card. And another one here. Love this little envelope. Look, she's got this little envelope right in the middle. And then the diagonal, the 2 cards there. Oh, you think it should go
I
that
think
way?
it. I think it does.
Okay,
look at
because that
that.
goes that way. Okay, so Tim, I think
I
you're
don't know.
right. But I think it could go either way because
I think
the
it can.
envelope is cattywampus.
It
Oh,
is.
and those,
Oh, the heart
are non-directional.
Oh.
See, Tim, it could even go upside down if you want your hearts right. So
Ooh. no,
this is an
That heart-
all-purpose card,
see, their hearts are right there.
right? But so's that. So it's an
Yeah.
all-purpose
Oh,
card.
my goodness.
So it's non-directional.
I really am challenged.
Oh, Linda still has that die. Does anyone else Oh, the top note die. That was it. Yes. Thanks for that. I loved that die. And I used it with fabric because the back one is Linda Moore. And this is from Canada. Linda, are you on here today? How fun is that? Oh, okay. This is amazing.
Tilsonburg from
Oh my goodness, she's got all
Ontario.
kinds of things. I need to, if you're on here, send me a message so I can reply. Sometimes, you know what's hard? Sometimes there'll be letters in these that I'd love to respond, but I don't have an email to contact people back. So just know that I care. Look at how cool this is.
It is so cool.
She has a calendar. Look at this.
Look at
And
that.
it folds this way. And look at this. It can stand up this way if you want it to. So talk about a conversation piece. So it's like when we did the tower cards. Ooh, this just might be it. See, this goes in my idea box. You just might see this next year as a gift idea. So we have to look at all of these. How cool is that?
Mother's
Each
Day,
one of these.
Father's Day,
And then you just pick
birthday, anniversary.
That would be a fun kind of project. August and September. That is fabulous.
That is
Thank you so
October,
much.
November.
That is just great. That's so cool. Thanks. And that's it. And I'm going to put myself back up here for a moment because I just wanted to tell you what happened after I had all this stuff planned. So the other thing I'm working on, we're working on paper shares, and I meet Holly tomorrow. We meet halfway. We each drive 100 miles because we live 200 miles apart. And I give her the paper shares I've done. She does the ribbon. She does some of the other shares, and then she mails them out. So I've been really working. This house is a disaster.
And I drive.
I've had stacks all over. And then I was in between trying to work on today's project. And I did not realize till today when it all fell together how much was in it. So I called Holly at 10 after noon and said, what can I do? I just think this is too much. And she said, you're going to be on 3 hours. And I said, yeah, it's way too much. She said, can it and do something else? I said, okay. So she talked me down. Tim was saying, oh, that's too bad, but I think you have to go with it because you already announced it. So
I'm no help.
You know what I love saying? It's stamp, inks, and papers. We can go with the flow and do whatever. So anyway, thanks. Okay, you guys love that calendar. Okay, I'm putting it in my thing. We're going to do that. We'll do that like, I'd say maybe more like October or September when we want to. So if someone reminds me that I will put on my calendar because that's the time of year that we'd really like to start making calendars for gifts.
And
so thank you, Linda. That's fabulous.
And you heard it first here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Now
I got to tell you.
Someone has to keep me account. Will you put it on the calendar?
No, this is something else.
Tell me.
You heard it first here. 1:15.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, like 12:15.
That is my day.
1:15.
But I'm going to have you put it on the calendar because you're much better about putting things on the calendar.
So 1:15. It's 1:15 now. But
okay. What can I say? Oh, and speaking of retreats, I am doing a retreat. It's the last weekend in February. I'm doing it with 3 of my team members. So we are just excited to be working together. All the information will come up next week. So that's my teaser. So you'll hear about it then. We're just working out the details, but just save that weekend. So that will be very fun. Okay, so out of my idea box for something I thought I'd do maybe when we were gone and I needed some simple ideas in February, I did this card many, many years ago. Does anyone remember this? I believe, was this a celebration set? I don't even know. One of you might even know that keeps all your things. Tammy wonders if I'm still using your organizer. Could you guess by the state of my life? Oh, I gave mine away. And I went back to a calendar, but I'm really struggling. So I am not organization. I'm an idea person. And you guys can probably tell that. I just love, love, love ideas and they're all floating around. And I just want to do them all. And then I get myself in trouble. Tim, am I holding this in front of someone said, why do you put cards in front of Tim's face? And I said, well, I think it's because Tim's hiding. I don't really know where to put over here. That would work, Tim. We're a little.
And you're right-handed.
I think
put it in your right hand.
We're a little.
There we go.
I think we're a little punchy today from high stress levels. So so we have time for a story. So I just have to tell you. Happy Frogs. Do you know there's the cutest little frog set? That's the host set in the current catalog. So frogs will come back. But before I said this, I just wanted to say I had my physical yesterday and a very young nurse person was doing where they have you draw the clock while you're remembering words. But she was telling me that she struggled when they did it because young people don't read those clocks anymore. And she said, I had to sit and think about how it looks, where I put the long hand. So I just thought, they're going to have to change that because it's, you know, when the next crop of people get older, because that's not going to be in her frame. So anyway, I just thought that was just so pretty cute. She says, you did way better than I did. So anyway, I just thought it was fun. Okay, so we're going to be doing the calendar card. So we got that. Okay, back to this card. So this is what I want to talk about. So I had made 2 cards. I'm going to make those first, and then I'm going to go on and talk about where you go with an idea, and just kind of so anyway, I think this will be fun. So this was the original card. Then this was one of the ones that I made. Now, what's interesting, yes, about this card, what I love, do you see? So we're always just looking for something unusual. This wraps around. Now, of course, you could just put a little bow here and that'd be cute, that. But this makes it unique. So I love this. It's still pretty flat. I would put a piece of paper over it, but I thought, I just love how it wraps around like that.
You're going to cover that up?
No, I'm not going to. No, no, I'm just going to say to mail to make it flatter.
Yeah.
So I did that one. I made 2 of these, and then I did this one. Okay. But do you see how they are all the same design? And this is not a tag. These are tags. So you can use anything. So here's what I want to talk about where we go with this. And this is one of the many, many, many cards we made in our tags class, but it's just an idea. But do you see how you can do the same thing? Tags are just kind of fun because they have those little openings and some of these have little stitches, but all of this, I just love this idea of twisting and turning this. So I'm going to do one. So we kind of talk through it. These pieces are 3 inch by 4 1/4. So it's just going to go in the front. This is a very, very basic card layout. So I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to put my tag here, and I'm going to, whatever punch you have, you're going to want to see how far it reaches. That'll kind of help decide where it's going to go. So I like to take this, and let's see, I'm going to use this one. And oh, that goes way further than I need it to. So I'm going to just put it right there. And I will put this on. I'm going to match up my hole. And then I'm going to string this through. Now, if I felt this was too thick, do you know what we could do, Tim? We could just pull this apart. I think we could take this. And this is actually, I think this was in, let me see if we can do this, Stelina, because I always love seeing what else you can do with ribbons and stuff. So that'll make it a smaller twine. And that may be just something that I have Tim sit and work on, because this is very tightly woven. But you see how we could do that? I could take this, move it apart, and then have something more like this. Is it worth trying to do that? Okay,
Nope.
You hold this end,
Okay.
and we'll just see. It'll work. Okay, put it over here. We can see in the, well, it'll either work or not. You know, the foiling in there makes it too hard. So we're going to forget that. But it's an idea you can try. Okay. Someone says, are we frozen or is it just me? It's you, unless my holding that really, I might have been stuck on that one part and you just thought you were frozen. But how cool is that? I'm just going to put it through. I'm going to make my knot.
Why not?
And that is it. Cut it off. And then I'm going to trim. And then for this guy, I'm just going to put, I'll let you put him on. And I'll move on to the next one. So there's some dots. And then I just add words. So the words could go anywhere. So we're kind of doing the main part here.
It's not a him because cows with udders.
Oh, okay.
They're
You can take care of her. Then on this one is done just the same. So remember, this is just 3 inches by 4 1/4. And out of your, if you're doing 6x6, or our next class is using up 6x6 papers on cards with absolutely no waste. But you see how this is a really good way to use up your 6x6 paper? You cut it in half at 3. Cut this off. You'll have some trim from inside. How cool is that? This is such a cool, easy way to use that
Before I finish it.
Tim, do that.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Make it that way. That's really cool. I love it.
All right.
And that's how you just kind of change around and think of other ideas as you work.
What do I use? These?
Yes. Yep. Use those. So I just love it. And I think that's one of the reasons I always tell people, if you sit down and make cards and you like something, make a couple more, because you start looking at other ideas. You start thinking, oh, I did that. And then I can
or just hang around me long enough.
And let's see, does this ribbon work with this? Because I couldn't find my other. Let me see. This is, yeah, I think this will work. Let's try this. This is such pretty paperwork. So see, now I'm going to use a different ribbon, and this one's a little thicker too. So actually, you know what I'm going to do with this? Let's change this up because this is thicker than I'd like it to be. So let's cut it in half and see what happens. I love experimenting with ribbon. And I cut this in half because I just think that's a little bulkier than I want it to be. I wasn't aware of it. As you realize, I hadn't opened that ribbon. So I'm going to cut this right in half. And this is, so today's kind of like playtime experimenting.
Yes.
And when I'm in a rush, I don't go down the middle very well, but it doesn't matter because it's just going to be that kind of card. Okay. And now it's going to kind of fray, and I'm going to go with it. I like that look. Now, if you have trouble at the end getting through the hole, now one thing I could do, I have 2 size holes here, but the other thing is to cut your ribbon like this at a real slant. So then you have a hole to put it through. Does wonders. Well, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be like a little frayed look, but I like it. And you know, the reason we're doing this, I wanted to show the blue, so I better switch this around. I'm going to live with it for now. I'll switch it before I take the pictures. The reason I was going with this was I just couldn't find my ribbon of the other blue. That's what my house is like at the moment. So, but it'll get fixed up soon. And then you can see this is from here, and somewhere I have these stamps. This stamps that comes with a punch, and I love how that coordinates with the paper. So this is just a punch. You don't need the big shot or anything. This is actually one of the things that we're going to be using, not this particular card, but in the make and take packets with the retreat. You can get the retreat with or without. You can get your own supplies at home. You can use whatever you have. Everything we do is like that. You also can choose to get that. And so then those are popped up. But isn't that pretty?
It is.
So I think that is a needle threader works well too. That is a wonderful idea. So, you know, play with all your things. And then one more before we kind of, so in talking about how I plan things, you know, I'm always telling you that when I like to fussy cut, but it's the same with die cut. When I die cut, I do some extra dies. I just keep them in my cello bags. So I have motorcycles here. I did a whole bunch of motorcycle cards. I still have these many left over. And so when it's 10 after and I'm thinking I need to have some more cards, what I did come up with was this. I went to look to see what I had. I had this and I had this. So this is what we're working with today. So this is kind of my feeder part. And I just love doing that because then I'm not going from scratch. Bridge dental floss threader. That is a really good idea too. Then I'm just going from that paper, and from that paper, this is what I chose. This time I'm just going to use a regular card. I just cut this out, so you don't need anything fancy. I had my motorcycle, and I thought it needs a little something more, so I decided to go with a road under it. So see, I'm building a little picture here. But I'm just starting with what I already have there cut. So I'm going to put this on. I haven't made any of these last cards, so there's no, you're just kind of watching. This is how I talk myself through this. This I will let Tim put on. I don't know what Tim is working on over here. I don't know what he's doing.
And see.
But he's working on his own thing here. So I guess this is being creative is a good thing here. And then I'm going to put this on. And I think, how fun is that? Now, if you wanted to step this up, the way you step up any card, number one, is just adding a layer. So I could have trimmed this in black. I'm not doing it because of lack of time and all of that. I mean, prep time, not time hanging out. But I just wanted to point that out. Any of these, like this could have the darker green next to it. This could have a black. And we're going to take a moment to admire what Tim did next. Let's see what you did. Oh, he's eating hay.
The cow's eating hay.
I love it.
Why not? Why not?
Julie said she's been doing this, putting things in bags and cutting extra since I mentioned it before. And that's so wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, so if you had a 6x6, someone's already wondering. So let's look at, I have a 6. Here's a 6x6 paper pack. You can still get the 6x6 paper packs. And this is what we're using in the next All Good Cards Club. And it's not this weekend, but the next. And you're going to love it. It's going to be a great class. So I'll let you join. So let's say I wanted to make this card. Do you see how I could make, here I have some cut out here. I'm going to show this in a minute. We'll pretend these are the same. So here is my 3x3 and here is my 3x3. I cut my paper like this, and then I have this left. I could make another card out of it, or I can cut this and decorate the insides. So do you see how that's just a good use out of your 6x6 paper? Now, if I have 12x12, I'm going to get 4 across. So 3 inches is always a really fun measurement. So we better put that inside. So I have a complete pack there. Okay, so then I'm going to go back. Now this is, when I look at this, this to me is feeling a little bland. I think it needs a little more pop of color. What do you think, Tim?
I do.
Before I put it together. So I'm not going to put this together, but I'm just going to walk through. I'm going to move this over here so I have room for my hole punch. It's going to be going off the page. There is a bright pumpkin pie in there, or red would be good, but I think I'm going to do a little red, do you think?
Yeah.
So just know from watching this, you're going to see on my blog post, I'm going to show this stepped up, because this one to me needs a little stepping up. Or you can decorate your envelope flap too with that extra one too. Yes, it's very good. So this is, I guess if someone's asking, this is how things get packaged if you buy paper shares from us. So you get all the papers in 6x6s. I always cut some of my paper, not all of it, because sometimes I want other lengths, but I always keep, I have a little basket. I keep these in so I don't have to keep pulling out my big packs of paper. I love using this size for designing cards. So hopefully that helps. So that is a work in progress, because that's kind of what we're talking about today. And then I thought the other one I wanted to use was this. So in the catalog on page 1551, here are my extra things. So I'm gonna pop them out. I've got, let's see, I've got this guy. I've got,
You have a pig with an umbrella.
this guy. Yep, I've got that. And I have this guy. And I have a bunch of clouds, but they need a little more trimming. So I have this. And then I have all my paper. And so I've decided to use my paper. So let's say you got paper packs from me and you wanted to use some of these for your papers. Here's an idea right here, some of your papers. And you could use the stamps and stamp your images too. I'm just strictly using paper because this is kind of my work in progress. So then I decided
She likes to fussy cut.
all of these have to do with rain. So the designer series paper is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And so I laid this out and I thought, okay, which ones would go with these for rain? And I just cut little pieces. We've got some that are actually raindrops. Look at those. 2 that are actually raindrops. See how they go. And umbrellas. All of these work beautifully. The other thing that I laid out when I did this, I laid out my paper and then I laid out some card bases. And you can see, I mean, this one's a long one because I just pulled, this one's already folded. It was left from something. These are all colors from here. So this is how I think in terms of, you know, I think it's really great to get, let's say if you want to buy stamps, that we talked about the whole suite has all these things that go together. Or if this is the bundle, I always recommend getting the paper if you're getting one or the other. But you see, by laying this out.
Something crazy. What is that called? What is that?
Cajun Craze.
Cajun Craze.
That's Cajun Craze. So I had all these out in bigger sheets, but we can't show that here, but I just wanted to show you. So these are my things I'm going to work with. So now, Tim, you can help me this. I think this is what's really fun. And if you're working in a group or you're working with kids or together,
Cajun Craze.
I think it's the fun part because we have 5 cards and 4 backings, and I'm going to let you pick which we want, what we want to put these 4 on.
Okay.
But I think this was really fun because you can see these cards are the same, but they're all going to be different because we're putting different papers on them. And Julie's laughing. Okay, Julie, I'm having way too much influence. She said she now fussy cuts while her husband watches TV at night. I love it. But to me, that's relaxing. And then if TV is interesting, I can watch. But, you know, if it's not, I can do the other. Okay, so we have.
What am I doing?
We have 5 choices. And you're going to build cards like this. So what you're doing is I want you to take these 4 and pick what we want to put them on.
Okay.
So like,
well, I've already picked one.
Okay.
And
Which
I've
one
already
did you
picked
pick?
one, but
Okay.
they're not, I don't know.
That's what, but see, that's a really good point because it is going to go just fine because look at this. We're going to pick something that has these colors in it. So they're going to draw together and be just fine.
Okay.
So it's
okay.
really personal preference. It's okay. Now pick something for the other three. And I think this is interesting too. You can't go wrong if you're picking papers that kind of have that color in it because there's a lot of choices and they'll all get tied together. So I think it's very freeing and it's a very helpful way to look at things.
I don't know.
Let's try one monochromatic maybe just to see the difference and then bright one. So we are not using this one. We could have also used this. We'll set this one aside. Isn't that fun? So now automatically we're going to have
nice
4 different cards. I know it's hard to put raindrops. Am I good, Tim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go down.
Okay, I just want to make sure that they start skinny and then we're going to put these on. Then your next job, well, I'm putting this on. I took the two words out of there. So we have "Oh Happy Day." And I guess I just did 3 because we have 3 characters. So we're only going to use 3 of these. But I think this is fun. These are from the stamp set. Let's get this mess out of the way so it's a little less cluttered.
Okay.
So you are going to match whichever you want on what, and then which background you want it on.
Okay.
And I love this because there's no right or wrong. This is really just they're all going to look just fine. Make sure I have that on right. So we have 1, 2. This is a lot how All Good Cards Club is too. If you guys are wondering, we're just casual and we do a lot of experimenting and then people share what they're doing. And you guys know with Backport Stampers, this is the card style you're going to make. But this is the idea of taking one card style. And now this is how I could take every stamp set I own and create something like this. I could take every paper that I own. That's why you're just not limited. I think thinking about this and even using a variety within the same set just makes it really fun. Okay. And then you're going to pick, isn't that fun?
Yep.
And then you're going to pick 3 of the 4, what you want to put these on.
I don't know.
And you can rearrange if you decide that I love that. Okay. And I think they're all good. Okay. So we're going to use these 3. And we're going to put this on. Now I did not have time to check out all the ribbon. I just have 1 ribbon here. So we're going to go, I'm going to let you put the pop-ups on. Here, these can have the bigger ones. I'm going to have you put the pop-ups on.
She didn't have enough time to tell Tim which ones to pick.
No, no, this is all in the raw. And, what I think of card making, this is like playtime for adults. It is like being 5 and getting your crayons, getting a brand new pack of crayons. That's how we feel when we get a new stamp set. And you just get to play.
Whoa.
If things don't turn out, it is no big deal. Now, do you realize this is a cute card just the way it is? Card layouts repeat and repeat and repeat. That's why it's just fun to have some. What we're adding today that's a little bit different is just that idea of adding the ribbon the way we're doing it. Okay, so you're happy with that? Oh, see, that is stinking cute. So this is really cute right there. I am going to add this now. And I'm hoping I think this ribbon will look okay. We're going to go with this. On this ribbon, I'm going to cut a really strong V just so you can show it. This isn't exactly the right color, but it's what I could pull out. The pictures and the blog will go up later. It actually maybe tomorrow because I have somewhere to go after this, but I'm just cutting this to make it easy. But I think it's just fun to see what this little addition is. And I could make that go in further. I think I'll make the next one go in. I think I'll make it go in even further. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to cut that. Twine would work well. That is adorable. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to take one.
Oh, here.
Oh, okay. Let's take that one. And that same color isn't going to work. So let's see. Okay. That's good. Okay. Tim's working off screen here. So, okay. So here's this card. This one I'm going to put in further because I kind of like that idea. I'm going to put this one in as far as it will go. And should I go, will it go even, let's see. Nah, I think I'm going to stick with the smaller. I'm going to use that other half of torn ribbon or that cut ribbon. I'm going to put this in.
Does everyone know what kind of a punch that is? That thing is pretty complicated.
Oh, yeah. It's a crocodile. I love these. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them. They don't anymore, but I have mine from many years ago. It does both sides, but any punch will work.
That's elaborate.
Yeah. Well, and for me, it's also easy to find. Should that play into anything? Okay, so I'm going to put this one over here. Yep, you can add, you have one more to add. No, I guess whichever one this is going on. Yep. And, okay, now what is really fun, now these could be birthday cards or something too. You could just change the words. So all of these could change. Okay, I think this is really fun. Look, you can see they're the same pattern, but they're so cute and different because you have different paper, a different cutout on it. Some of the others have you that too. But look what a cute card. So on the fly, I'm just making this out of what I had. And this is this is my recommendation when you're going to play with something. Put out papers that go together, including the solids that go with them. It just gives you a visual. And then you add your stamp set or these, otherwise I'd have my stamp set, I could have this out. I'm looking at my whole thing and then deciding what to do. These are all adorable.
They are.
So I'm going to finish these up with ribbons and we're going to step up that one card and then they will go on my blog, but maybe tomorrow, but I'll put up right now over in the Back Porch Stampers. So I hope you enjoyed this. Kathy said her husband is starting to keep the mail from her so she doesn't see the new items. So, and this is also fun because you look at how easily I really could, pull in and do something else simple. There are just a lot of simple card ideas. Tim, what's your favorite of these three? Okay, we're going to do this. Everyone, what's your favorite? You have to pretend this ribbon. But you know what? See, I think that ribbon adds. It's just kind of fun. Otherwise you could put something else down in the corner. But I think they're really fun. Man. Do you have a favorite? Okay. Okay.
I think
Tim's being really slow.
Happy day. Okay.
And you even look at it and think, so which background paper do I like most? But do you see how you could take your paper and make a bunch of cards like this? And then you go on to a different design and you make a bunch of cards. Or you take this and then you do some of the motorcycle. I do love this farm card. I mean, I just think this is really fun too. When you think that all of these are the same, but look how different they are, because you've kind of got your fancy, you've got your farm, but it's just a lovely, lovely layout. So,
before we go, I got to just tell you that I had coffee with a guy that used to work at the post office. He retired. I haven't seen him for 2 years, and we got together for coffee. We had such a nice time chatting about life and wives and travel and just the relationship that we established at the post office, shipping all of Karen's stuff out.
And we feel that about you guys, just being in our life. I just love the conversations. We see you and us all. And thank you so much for bearing with me as we went through this change today and we did something else fun and quick today. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys and we'll have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday and let me know if you need anything.